Yo, what's going on? I'm doing another reaction video. It's a Jubilee reaction video because Jubilees they're goated. They always put on good content for the most part. But it's do teen parents have to sacrifice their dreams? And before this video, I posted another video. It was a gameplay of a game called Before Your Eyes. It was a really good game. The story was pretty good. But make sure you check that out if you have time or whatever. Check that out. And also check out my Omegle videos. I like those videos a lot, and I would appreciate it if you checked it out if you are seeing this. But yeah, let's get started. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah.
The moment she was born, from the moment I was pregnant with her, I have had this giant burden of I'm the only one that cares for her. That's kind of been a recurring theme is like, wow, if I don't figure this out, who will?
I'm pregnant.
Oh God.
It could happen to any one of us.
It could have been any of us.
Girls get pregnant in high school, not like everybody else in high school.
I do know a couple teen moms, and I know when I started seeing people like around my high school, or people like heard about people in my high school, especially females get pregnant. I knew it was like always like strange because it's like obviously you have to have sex to get pregnant, and it's like most of them were so young. Like I knew this one girl, she got pregnant in like seventh, or no, it was like eighth grade. It was like eighth grade, and it was something else. Teachers were talking about her, students were talking about her, and it sucks. But at the same time, it's like you know the consequences. You know what I mean? You know the consequences. But it is always weird. I couldn't imagine being a dad at this age.
I became a mom a little over 3 years ago at 17 years old.
I became a teen mom at the age of 14.
I was 16 when I became a
14?
dad, so I was 18. It was actually right out of high school. At first, it was very hard, but I promised that I was going to be there for her.
The most annoying stereotype about being a teen mom was definitely that I'm not gonna make it and that my daughter's life will be less than because I'm so young.
When I tell people in my class, oh, I have
Yeah,
a
that
child,
happens
like,
a
oh,
lot.
like, they assume that I don't know as much as them because I guess I made the decision to have a child young.
A lot of people assume because you have a child, your life is completely over, but they're wrong. Hi, my name is Joanna. I am a mother to Esmeralda Platero. She's 2 years old.
I'm Allie. I'm a single mom of
Wait.
a little girl.
Platero, she's
Wait, was that her
Hi, my
name?
name
Was
is
that her
Joanna.
daughter's
I am a
name?
mother to Esmeralda Platero. She's 2 years
What
old.
the? How do you
Hi,
even
my name
say
is
that?
Joanna.
Wait,
I am a mother to Esmeralda Platero. She's 2
I'm
years
not even
old.
gonna
I'm
attempt to
Allie.
say.
I'm a single
What?
mom of a little girl.
So my name's Zenon, and I'm father to a beautiful little girl named Gwendolyn.
Hi, my name is Brandon. I have a 2-year-old son named Isaiah. I'm currently working like 3 jobs, and I just
Dang,
graduated
3
high school, so-
jobs.
Wow. Congratulations.
I mean, that's a grind.
Please walk forward if you agree with the statement. I wish I had children later.
You gotta be honest. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you hate your kid, but it's just like I don't think anybody really wants to be a teen parent.
I feel like this question is really hard because right off the bat, people are gonna assume, oh, like you don't love your daughter or something. But like I do. I love my child.
Sorry, excuse me.
All my heart and everything. I have to give the exact same everything, but have her later. I would definitely choose to have her later. I mean, it just to get everything situated, to just set everything up to provide that for her. I would definitely recommend do it later. Do it when we're not children. When we're older.
Yeah.
Have more insight.
I agree with you there. It's like from a logistical standpoint, it makes a lot more sense to have money in the bank. And
Cause let's be honest, once you become a teen parent, I mean, yes, it is your kid, but it's really your parents' kid because you're not paying for the kid. You're not gonna be able to have money unless you get a job, I guess. But like the one girl who said she was 14 when she had a kid, she's not paying for that kid. That turns into our parents' kid at that point because the parents are gonna be buying the diapers and all the other stuff. Like so, it's like it sucks.
to have support and to have a celebrated pregnancy and to have a partner and a house, all these things that you typically would. Although in the same token, we're so happy, we're so in love, we've learned so much, and being a parent is so much of who we are.
me looking back, I'm happy. I'm really extremely happy that I decided to have my child. You know, I was extremely comfortable with keeping my child because I knew that not only would she heal me, but I would be able to give her love that I was just eagerly willing to like give to somebody, but of course deserving. You know.
It helps you mentally. It just
Yeah.
makes you
Oh,
comfortable
yeah.
and just makes you happy. Just
Right.
knowing that you're raising this kid, and
That is something that's kind of contradicting. If you think I'm only 3 minutes and 29 seconds into it, I gotta stop pausing. But I just have stuff to say about it. But that is something that's kind of contradicting about. I feel like having a kid at a young age is that, especially if there's the kid that had the kid is like kind of troubled. I feel like it makes them kind of realize that they have to like grow up now because they have a kid. Like they have another human being that they have to take care of. It's not just them. You know what I mean?
you feel proud of yourself.
Yes, I wouldn't change something, but in that moment, when we're a young teenager about to go off to college, like we just got out of high school, our life is just beginning. I didn't have that hindsight. I didn't have that. Oh, it'll work out. It's scary, financially, socially, every way. And if I was in that spot, I think I would say yes. I would definitely want to have it later in life. And I mean, but yeah, hindsight.
I carry more of the burden of supporting my child than my partner.
This would be
I'm sorry.
interesting.
That's all I want to say. I'm sorry that you're here.
Yeah, it's good. She doesn't work right now, but she does help in a different way by taking care of him, right? But it's mostly me making the money, and it's mostly her taking care of our child.
It's a hard thing.
Well, that
to
seems
feel
50-50.
The whole financial burden is on you because it just innates something in you, and you're like, oh my gosh, if I don't bring money home for my child, what's gonna happen? And that's scary.
When COVID hit, actually, I've been laid off like twice. So that there was a point in my life where I wasn't making no money. It was difficult finding a job that time, and I felt very unappreciated.
I kind of had the stereotypical story of being young and pregnant and her dad wanting to kind of live his life, and his family really supported him wanting to live his life, and I felt so much guilt and shame for wishing that he wanted to be around more when she was younger. He's grown into it a lot, which is really great, and I'm so thankful for that. But from the moment she was born, from the moment I was pregnant with her, I have had this giant burden of I'm the only one that cares for her. That's kind of been a recurring theme.
Well,
It's
that
like, wow,
sucks.
if I don't figure this out,
Gotta
who
pick a better
will?
guy. I mean,
And it's a scary feeling, but it's also the most.
But it is
beautiful
the
thing
guy's fault,
because
too.
we've become just this symbiotic relationship between me and her, and I just know her so well. I know everything about her, and I'm happy.
It's just crazy how fast we matured.
Yeah.
And you look at our, friends that we have, and they're a little bit more immature.
To selflessly serve someone will bring out wisdom in anyone because you're putting yourself last.
I was really in between disagreeing and agreeing from the beginning of, the pregnancy to now. Majority of that whole time frame, I was the one putting like 80% of, responsibility. I was buying everything. I didn't ask him for anything. It felt like I was a single parent. He would spend time with our daughter, but that's simply just not enough, I got an offer for modeling in January, and so I had to leave my state, and I had to leave my daughter behind with my family and her father, which is the hardest thing I ever had to do. The responsibility of my daughter is now like basically equal.
We still live in different households. We're still separate at the moment until we're saving up for we can get a place together. I see her every day, everything. We're together all the time. When I have to leave at night, and she doesn't get that opportunity to leave. If she gets up at night, she has to be with her. So I feel like that burden definitely, she has more responsibility in that aspect. And then she is with her more often because I do have a lot more responsibilities with school and working, but she's also doing school and work. So it's all over. It's a roller coaster ride sometimes.
I wanted to ask, you being a teen father, I feel like people automatically assume that you put in less work. So
That's
when you
facts.
tell people you are a teen parent, do they assume, or how does that go?
Usually when people ask me if I'm a teen parent, it's usually when I'm with my son. So I'm like, oh, are you, is this your brother? No, it's my kid.
Mm.
And they, you
The
know,
brother.
oh, okay,
Oh yeah.
right?
Babysitter?
So, babysitter,
Oh,
right?
are you? Do you have availability? Literally, that's the worst one.
I'm like, no, this is my kid. This is my, you know, this is me.
For me, it just depends on the context. Like, and I'm not there. They ask my fiance, oh, like, is the father not in the relationship? I think it's just a stereotype now that
Exactly.
you know, the dad usually leaves and
Right.
a lot of responsibility falls on the mother.
My mental health was heavily impacted since becoming a parent.
That was just ad blocker, by the way. I was about to say, they should all be going to the chair because there's no way you're young and you have a kid and your mentality doesn't change at all. If it doesn't, then something's kind of wrong with you, which would imply that your mentality is, been impacted.
I'm just trying to think of how to articulate this because it's a wide range of emotions. I feel like it's not only being scared. You got anxiety from, oh, I have to support my child. Am I doing this right? Doing this? And it definitely keeps you up at night. And I was never a good sleeper, as is. It really did take its toll, whether it be like my social, how I interacted with like my girlfriend. I'd get kind of more irritable, I guess. But until I found that balance.
I come from a divorced family, so I feel like there was different groups of people that I needed to tell, and the first two people that we told, it
Probably
was
his
a
mom.
really horrible reaction. It
Or her mom.
was slamming on the table. It was tears. I was in tears. I just wanted to disappear. I just wanted to not exist. They were talking about every option besides keeping her. And it was very sneaky and deceptive and under the table, like, hey, we can do something behind the
Wow,
scenes.
I went through the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
as a woman, like as a girl too, like a pregnant girl, you're just so, your whole brain chemistry changes when you're pregnant. You're on protect mode, you're on try to make everyone happy mode, and it's really weird. I think loneliness is one of the most scary, detrimental things that people can go through for their mental health. It just can be so painful. And when you're a young parent, it just feels like no one could understand what you're going through. You need people. It takes a village to raise children is such a great
Facts.
quote, and it's so true. I wanted so badly to be able to do it on my own and prove everyone wrong. And it was that moment I surrendered that pride, and I'm like, no, it takes people.
I wonder if they all. Well, I'm assuming they would. I mean, they all have kids, so I would assume they all wanted to like have the kid. But I wonder if any of them, like for the dads especially, I wonder if like say they didn't want the kid and the mom wanted the kid, like if they really even had any say in that, because that does happen very often. Because I know for me, well, this won't be happening for me anytime soon. Like I know that for a fact. But I know for me though, I would kill the kid. I'm sorry. I'm killing the kid. I'm killing that motherfucker. I'm not having a kid at I'm not having a kid this young. I would never. I'm killing that kid.
People to pour in to me and to her and to love on her and help me do this. Asking for help can be one of the strongest things you can do.
I've basically been like a sad person since I was a little girl. About like the age of 9, I started, having depression and being suicidal. In middle school, I actually was admitted into a mental hospital because I tried to like commit suicide. And that was literally right before my freshman year, before I got pregnant. And my mindset I was still depressed, My household and the people who were in my life were very, very extremely toxic and abusive. So when I felt pregnant, it was like, I call her my lifesaver. I truly do, because like I don't know where I would be. I don't even think I would be on this earth if I didn't fall pregnant. Like I literally fell pregnant at 14. I had to.
I mean, I
go to
guess it could be a
school
good
with
thing.
my baby father.
I guess.
At that time, he was not claiming the child. So I literally saw him in the hallways every day, with my big belly, I would be crying.
I know I'm not gonna say the name, obviously, of the person, but I know the person that had a kid at the old school I used to go to, she completely, like, she didn't continue to go to school. She completely skipped that year. And I know if I could, or if I was having a kid, obviously I can't, but if I was having a kid, I would want to skip school too. I'm talking about if I was a female, but I'm not a female. But if I was having a kid, I would not want to go to school. It would just be way too much, bro. It would be way too much. But I know that person, she skipped school, or I don't know how it worked or how they did. I don't know if she did online school. I would assume so because you can't just skip school. That's illegal. But I know she didn't come to the school for that whole year, and then after she had the kid, the next year she came back to school, and everybody was like congratulating her or shit like that. But it was whatever.
Like every single night. So I didn't really have anybody support, but
So you want to give the child your the happiness that you didn't have when you were there.
exactly. But every time I look down at my stomach, I was just like, I'll do this for you, and I know that you're gonna give me the love that I wish I was raised with, you know. And I will give you the love because you deserve it. And that's what
Damn,
really
this got
took me
serious.
off. And I started just becoming the woman that I'm supposed to be for my daughter and for myself, you know. So
I respect that.
I did it.
I also grew up
Good
in a
job.
bad childhood. You know, my parents were also teen parents, so they were on and off for like
The
10
cycle.
years. And my dad will get very domestic with my mother, and I had to, you know, go through that. I had to watch that, and I had to see my mom's pain. So I was also very depressed. You know, I was also suicidal when, you know, I found out that she was pregnant, and I was, you know, to be honest, I was embarrassed. You know, like I would get where I live, you know, I would get clowned on. You know, hey, you know, you got that girl pregnant, but I decided
I
not to
can't
look
lie. I
at it as a
definitely
negative thing,
almost
more,
clowned on
more of a
people.
positive thing.
I can't
You know,
lie.
I have a motivation that all these people
But it's
don't
not
have.
like true
Or the
hate. It's
situation
just
I
it's
had
kind
with
of
my
funny.
ex, with the mother of my child, with my baby mama. You know, I noticed that there was those red flags I saw from my childhood that I don't want for my son. I don't want him to see that. And my goal is to break the cycle. I don't want my kid being a teen parent. So I'm going to make sure he's taught well. Because I never had a father figure that taught me about sex, about
At least they're not. At least they're not naive and like just trying to continue the cycle, and they're actually understanding that it's not necessarily a thing that is good. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it shouldn't really be happening, and it's not normal. And I mean, I don't necessarily, I wouldn't call it the worst thing possible because sometimes it just happens. You know, it really just does happen. But at least they're like understanding that you have to once their kid gets older that they don't want to continue to have this cycle of you know teen parents in the family, and everybody in the family line is like 40 all at the same time.
using condoms. I think we can all agree that it's very hard to tell our parents that we were pregnant or we got a girl pregnant. For me,
I couldn't
to
imagine
my
for
mom,
that.
you know, me knowing that she was also a teen mom, oh man, she went crazy. She started throwing stuff, plates, pots, everything. Started dodging like the Matrix. I was like,
I got very lucky at the time that I told her. Like, I think because she was a teen parent also, she had me very young, and she had sacrificed a lot of her life to make sure that I had.
I'm not gonna lie, he does not look like, you know what I mean? Like he does not at all. He looked like he was like he'd be chilling, school, maybe sports. Not into that, but obviously he is because he has a kid.
I found it was just like a slap in the face to her. I felt like that was going to be the hardest person to tell because
He does
you
not
worked
look like
your
a Dooney
all your
beater,
adult
if you know
life
what I mean.
To prevent this from happening, to make sure I get a good education, don't repeat the cycle, for me just to go back and repeat the cycle. She just wanted to provide me with that network, so it wasn't as hard, so I can finish what I was doing and provide for my daughter and just have access to these opportunities still. So I'm definitely very, very grateful.
That's Ad Blocker.
There are goals I've had to sacrifice since becoming a parent.
It's definitely probably certain things that they can't do.
Well, since I had my daughter right out of high school, I don't have the opportunity to pursue like a legal education maybe I wanted to have done because I've gotten offers from schools out of state like, oh, we can give you scholarships.
Damn, that sucks.
But obviously I'm not going to take them because my family's here and this is where we're rooted.
when I found out I was gonna become a father, I didn't really have any goals. I didn't know what I was gonna do, what I was gonna pursue as a career. Military was an option. I was looking into becoming enlisted in the Air Force, but in order to do that, I had to give up all my custody to the grandmother since my baby mom is a minor. She's 17 right now. So it kind of
How
got
old are
me
you?
stuck because that was my
Wait,
goal
wait a
to join
second.
the military.
How old are you?
Educationally, I was always striving. Like, I was always on the honors roll. And so when I got to high school, I got the opportunity to graduate early, even having my child, you know. But
She's
because
smart.
at that time I was just into just being with my child 24/7, I didn't trust anybody around my child. Like, me going away to college, especially in another state, no, like I couldn't do that. I had to sacrifice that, but it was not much of a sacrifice to me. It was more
But
of
why
a
did you
sacrifice
come
to
down
my
in the first
family.
place?
That's the way they saw it, you know. After
Oh,
you
well,
have a
yeah, I
child, your
guess.
mentality changes, and you really start caring about what makes you happy and what makes a child happy.
All of my goals and dreams changed when I had her. So it wasn't like I was sacrificing anyway. I didn't feel like I was throwing opportunities in the trash. So when I had my daughter, it was this complete shift. As soon as I got pregnant, that wow, it was a come to Jesus moment. Your life is not about you anymore, quite literally. There's two of you now. And it was such a humbling spiritual experience. Once I just felt that love and knew I would do anything for her, and you see this hope in their little eyes, and they're like a blank piece of paper just ready to have a story rewritten, a beautiful story, and you get to be a part of it. And it's just
Dang, that was-
so cool.
that was
It's not
deep.
even like you're in control. As a parent, you realize how little control you have
Yeah.
and how you're just kind of along for the ride.
So being a teen parent is not.
I'm not gonna lie.
it's
She
not
looked
bad.
like
It's
she's like
actually a
27.
benefit. It's
She doesn't
actually
look like a
benefit,
teen parent.
you
I
know.
would still. I don't know if I'd recommend it. I wouldn't recommend
Oh, no,
it.
no, no,
but
no, no,
if
no.
you can,
Yeah, don't go don't
yeah,
get
yeah, I
pregnant.
would
Like,
not
no.
recommend it.
It was nice meeting you guys.
I don't know what you guys
I'd
want.
hug
Yeah,
you.
I'll do the little
High
elbow.
five. We
elbow.
did great, y'all. We did awesome. Yes.
That was a good video. That's a good video. You got a good message. You know, pull out. I guess. I mean, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna check the comments because sometimes it'd be funny. Oh wait, is this the girl? It is.
What is up, YouTube?
That's her kid. Wait. Bounce in the Jubilee. Yeah, alright, whatever. Well, thanks for watching. Oh shit. Thanks for watching. That was pretty much it. It was a good video. I mean, that was pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that. And have a nice day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye.